Air Canada has just delivered a shocking warning that could shake the entire Canadian travel industry. The country's flagship airline has suspended its full year 2026 financial outlook, cut four seasonal routes earlier than planned, and is now facing a fuel cost crisis that could hit millions of passengers. At first, the numbers looked solid. Air Canada reported nearly $5.8 billion in first quarter revenue, beating expectations. Its adjusted loss was also smaller than analysts feared. But behind those figures, management made a serious move. They withdrew their 2026 guidance. That is not normal. When a major airline says it can no longer predict its own financial future, investors pay attention. Travelers should too. The reason is simple. Jet fuel prices have surged dramatically since February, driven by rising tensions linked to Donald Trump's Iran decision and the wider shock across global energy markets. For airlines, fuel is one of the biggest costs. When that cost explodes, every route, every ticket, and every flight schedule is affected. And now Canadian passengers are feeling the pressure. Four seasonal routes are being ended earlier than expected. That means families who planned vacations, workers who booked business trips, and travelers who counted on direct flights may now face longer routes, higher prices, or canceled plans. The bigger problem is what comes next. When Air Canada cuts capacity, fewer seats remain available. And when demand stays strong while seats disappear, ticket prices usually rise. WestJet, Porter, and regional airlines may try to fill the gap, but they are facing the same fuel costs, so passengers may not get the cheaper alternatives they expect. This is no longer just an airline story. It is becoming a national economic warning. Higher energy prices may help oil producing provinces like Alberta and Saskatchewan, but they hurt consumers across the rest of Canada. Trucking, manufacturing, agriculture, groceries, gas, heating, and now airfare are all being pulled into the same cost spiral. For Prime Minister Mark Carney, the pressure is growing. A foreign policy crisis outside Canada is now creating real consequences inside Canada's economy. Ottawa cannot control global oil prices, but Canadian families and businesses are paying the price. Air Canada's move could also signal what the rest of the aviation industry may do next. More route cuts, higher fares, reduced schedules, and financial pressure on smaller carriers are all possible if fuel prices remain elevated. For travelers planning summer 2026 trips, the message is clear. Book early, stay flexible, and watch airline updates carefully. Air Canada has not just issued a financial warning, it has exposed how quickly global politics can reach Canadian airports, Canadian households, and Canadian wallets. And this crisis may only be beginning.